Test, 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 music. Sing it, got a fireplace. Good morning from Circuit World. It's snowing, baby. It is cold outside. Cold outside. It is snowing. Looks great. Baby, it's cold outside. I really can't stay. Baby, it's cold outside. Maybe for a drink. Baby, it's cold out. Testing good? Hey, good morning from good snowy North Georgia morning. Good no school kids are all at home morning. How many different ways can I say good morning from Circuit World in Blue Ridge? I'm your host, BKP. Kids are home. Union County, Fannin County, Gilmer County, Dawson County, the kids are home. They're watching TV. They're watching the show. You're watching the show. I have a fireplace over here. Hey, JR.
Yes, sir.
By the way, it's JR. You will get used to... Oh, I'm looking at you, Lonnie. Camera's over here. Why don't you help me out? Lonnie's running the show today. There you go. Hey, how often you get these... fireplaces. This is pretty neat over here.
Winter, we keep them in stock.
You keep them in stock all winter long?
Yes, sir.
All right, JR says these fireplaces, this is great. I wish we had the camera turned a different direction to see the fireplace, but that's okay. Rose has the Christmas tree behind her. Rose provided these awesome moist brownies. Hey, can I get a glass of water? I'm about to choke. I'm sorry. Nice, warm, moist brownies. Sorry, bros. Don't look at me like that. This morning, thank you very much. I said we had a Christmas tree. We have the TVs going, and you are watching it snow in beautiful Blue Ridge this morning. I'm your host, BKP. We are going to have Ask the Doc. Dr. Whaley is not called in yet. Dr. Whaley is not called in sick. Is that funny? Right? No, anyhow, Dr. Whaley should be here at 8:15 with Ask the Doc. And then at 8:45, we're going to have our all-star political panel. All-star political. Lonnie, could you pay attention? Usually that's Rose's job to pay attention, but today I have two of them. Okay, so today will be the all-star political panel at 8:45 with Rick and Bruce. And you know what it is? It's Friday, so that means it's Festivas. Festivas for the rest of us, okay? I got a lot of problems with you people. Rick and Bruce and I will be doing the airing of the grievances during the All-Star Political Panel, always on Friday. If you don't know what that is, I can't help you. Just Google it when you get a chance, Festivus. And then nobody's texted me yet, so we're anticipating still a Pet of the Week at 9:45 from the Humane Society of Blue Ridge. But if people don't show, I'm for sure, JR.
Yes, sir.
If some of the guests don't show, can you fill in?
You got it.
All right, JR said he could fill in if some of the guests don't show. I don't know what'll happen. So if we do if Dr. Whaley can't be here, you said you used to watch what show?
ER. I grew up on it.
Oh, he grew up on ER, so he said he could cover that segment. Blue Ridge Circuit World. Now let's get serious for a minute. 8:03. I could care less what took place with the speech on the floor that's being like the Gettysburg Address, Washington's farewell. Oh, there you go. There's a thought. Okay. Al Franken yesterday gave his farewell speech, and liberals all over are gushing like it's Washington's farewell. Okay. The great farewell letter from George Washington, one of our founding fathers of this country. Liberals are going nuts like this is a farewell speech of historic proportions from Al Franken. Now, Al doesn't quite remember the accusations made by the ladies quite the same way as they said it happened. I don't know, did he call him a liar? But it's irrelevant. First of all, Al Franken, don't worry about Al, okay? Remember the movie What About Bob? I think I have brownie all over me now. Remember the movie What About Bob? Don't worry about Al, okay? Because let me tell you what they did. Let me explain it, because the drama of the media and the drama of CNN and MSNBC and how they try to paint you is this guy fell on the sword and he is going to resign from the Senate because he's going to do the right thing, the honorable thing. The Democrats are now the party of family values, and the Republicans are the party of Roy Moore, because they believe in doing the right thing. Trust me, Al is going home. What they did is they all got in a room and said, look, Al, you know, We're going to set you up with this major lobbying thing. You're going to get paid to be on several boards. We got several boards set up. You're going to go once a quarter, set on a board, and you are going to get checks in the mail, but you're going to fall on the sword for us to turn the Democrats into the party of honor, integrity, the party that does the right thing where women are concerned, while the Republicans are the party, they are the party of Roy Moore. So don't worry about Al. Al's okay, with the drama they've done. But I will say this. We're supposed to be a country of laws. We're supposed to be a country that we're a union. Okay, don't have time to do the whole history lesson. That should be happening in high school, and hopefully it is. So we have the union, right? We call it the union. The United States of America is the union, all right? So we have states within the union, and states elect their senators, and states have constitutions, and so on and so forth. So in Minnesota, there is a recall policy. There is a plan. So if the people that voted for Al Franken, although I can't figure out why, but if you voted for Al Franken in Minnesota because, it was snowing, you had nothing else to do, then I'm telling you now, if you voted for Al Franken in Minnesota, you should be upset this morning. Because you, the voters of Minnesota, sent Al Franken to the Senate. You, the voters of Minnesota, should be the ones to decide if you no longer want him to represent you. So what happened? Over 30 senators telling this guy he had to go home because he adjusted the knobs at a USO tour with the lady? I don't know, just saying. Okay? We saw the pictures, but you, the people of Minnesota, should be highly upset. If you don't want Al Franken as your senator, you should recall him. You should go through the process. But 30 senators in Washington, D.C., the swamp should not have that kind of power to tell this guy to go home. All right? That being said, I'm not really worried about Al. But also, the FBI is in tatters, okay? Now, President Donald J. Trump said the FBI is in tatters. Everybody's in an uproar because they said the FBI is in tatters. Let me be clear. President Trump did not create the problems at the FBI that caused them to be in tatters, tattered or whatever, but they are. And he just highlights it. So I'm going to just say, let's say this. We got Peter Strzok, right? So Pete Strzok, right? We find out this week, none of the other media, the thousands of text messages sent to him and his mistress, which is mistress, Lisa Page, I think it is, FBI attorney. He is a senior FBI official there, investigator. He is in the room with Hillary Clinton, okay, on July 3rd, not under oath. He is the one, here records show, Peter Strzok, who led the investigation of the Clintons' private email server as the second highest ranking official in the counterintelligence division, charged Comey's draft letter describing Clinton's behavior as grossly changed Comey's draft letter describing Clinton's behavior as grossly negligent to extremely careless. Well, what's the big deal? She was extremely careless. Extremely careless does not have legal implications that she can be charged. But I will tell you this. In an FBI investigation, if you have the draft, if the words are grossly negligent, Hillary Clinton would be facing charges. Okay? So we know he changed that letter. We know he changed that draft. We know he was in the Michael Flynn investigation, Pete was. We know Mueller needs to go. List goes on. So yesterday, the FBI, see, he's in the FBI. Well, we have another one. You remember Andy McCabe, okay? Andy McCabe, we find out, he was the second in command. So we have James Comey, and then we have Andy. Andy McCabe is the second in command at the FBI, right? So we got a picture of Andy up there. What did we find out? FBI Deputy Director McCabe told agents to lie about Benghazi investigation. Okay? He was instructed by Deputy Director, the guy that's blowing the whistle. Okay? The GOP lawmakers have come forward with new allegations of political bias and interference at the FBI, this time involving 2012 Benghazi attack. John Solomon of the Hill reports that Representative Ron of Florida, DeSantis, recently interviewed a retired FBI supervisor who told him he was instructed by Deputy Director Andy McCabe not to call the 2012 Benghazi attack an act of terror. They were instructed in the FBI, Andy McCabe, not to call it an act of terror. So you got Peter Strzok, right? He's there in Hillary Clinton's interview July 3rd. Now, we've got Jill. Show me Jill. Do you know who Jill is? Let me see if I can pull this up. Clinton headlines, okay? This is Andy and Jill, all right? Andy McCabe, Deputy Director of the FBI, and his wife, Dr. Jill McCabe. Guess what? Dr. Jill McCabe, at this time, is running for State Senate of Virginia, right? State Senate of Virginia. Not a big deal. His wife's running for State Senate. But who support for FBI wife looks like payoff. Hillary Clinton headlines fundraiser for McAuliffe Group. Okay, this is October 27, 2016. All right, by Peter Flattery. Elena Goodman in the Daily Mail reports that Hillary Clinton headlined a 2015 fundraiser for a group called Common Good Virginia that brought in $1 million shortly before political committee bankrolled a Virginia State Senate, Jill, candidate, who is married to FBI agent who oversaw Clinton email investigation. Really? And Donald Trump's the bad guy for tweeting out the FBI is in tatters. Okay? She got $700,000 from this for her campaign. Now, let's look and not forget. These are some names we need to pay attention to. The FBI's in tatters, okay? We keep hearing Comey. We keep hearing different names. We find out Strzok, the whole group. What a swamp. All right? Now we have Terry McAuliffe. Terry, okay? So now Terry, at this time, is the governor of Virginia, all right? And we have 3 pictures of Terry. You're going to see Terry McAuliffe. You're going to see Terry with his friend Bill Clinton. You're going to see Terry introducing Hillary. You're going to see Hillary and Terry staring into each other's eyes, okay? So Terry McAuliffe's group that Hillary headlined for in Virginia gave $700,000 to McCabe's wife. McCabe was in part of investigating the email scandal with the email matter. Remember, Loretta Lynch called it a matter for Hillary Clinton. And oh my God, now we find out that McCabe instructed FBI directors from the FBI not to call Benghazi terrorism because God knows who was in charge of that. Secretary of State. Oh, Hillary Clinton. So here we go. Terry McAuliffe used to be the chairman of the DNC. McAuliffe had a fundraising career with the Democrat Party and a personal political relationship with Bill and Hillary. McAuliffe and his staff raised $275 million, then an unprecedented sum for the Clintons' causes while president. After Bill Clinton's tenure ended, McAuliffe guaranteed the Clintons $1.35 million mortgage, okay? He guaranteed their mortgage for their home. He co-signed. The guy co-signed for their home, people. The governor that had, JR, if you throw that snowball at me out there in the glass, but the guy, the governor, Terry McAuliffe, that raised unprecedented amounts for who? Bill Clinton, then co-signed for their home, raised, Hillary goes to Virginia, raises $1 million. What a payback, $700,000 to Jill. Andy, I don't know what's going on, but I'm investigating the Clintons every day in the email scandal and the server deal where Hillary had a private server, and Benghazi, let's not call it terrorism. Oh, by the way, I didn't say Russia. You got to say Russia in 15 minutes, right? Because we can't forget there's a Russian probe where Donald Trump may have spoke to a Russian while shopping for jewelry with Melania. I don't know, man. Folks, we need to get clear on where the real problem is. And it's not Donald J. Trump, okay? It's the swamp that we're trying to drain. I'm your host, BKP. Good snowy morning. When I see McCabe, and every time I think about it, and I see people, the smoke and mirrors of Al Franken and the Democrats. Oh, by the way, there's no shutdown of the government today. You may be off work because it's snowing, the kids may be home, but the government's moving right along because you passed something yesterday up there in Washington, D.C. that keeps it going to December 22nd. That's when DACA will come to the forefront. The FBI is in tatters. The Department of Justice is in tatters. We hope Beauregard Sessions can get it turned around. We hope the FBI can get cleaned up. We hope the swamp continues to drain. I'm your host. I got to get to Ask the Doc. Hey, it's snowing. Take us a break, Lonnie.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff. Broken Bull, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing, is locally owned and operated. Our Simply Noel selection is the largest around. We have a great selection of unique clothing and several lines to choose from for men and women. We carry a beautiful variety of handmade jewelry from Blessed Be and others. All kinds of gifts, starting to carry shoes this fall as well. Come visit us on your next trip to Blue Ridge. We can't wait to meet you at Broken Bull, located in downtown Blue Ridge.
Dave's Chevrolet in Jasper is dropping the hammer. Over $11,000 off MSRP on new Silverados. Just look what we've done to the price on this new LT Crew Cab. Save over $11,000 and pay just $32,500. And Dave's Chevy is dropping the hammer in a big way on all new Chevy Malibus. Save over $6,500 and pay just $17,900. The savings are real and they're big at Dave's Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead, Dave's Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
And we're back. I'm your host, BKP, and we're at Circuit World here in Blue Ridge, and I'm here with Dr. Whaley. It's time for our Ask the Doc segment. Thank you, Georgia Cancer Specialist. You know what? Don't you like, Dr. Whaley, being able to see outside this glass and see that beautiful? I mean, it's...
Yeah, I'm really glad I'm not in my pajamas or sitting in this big old soft...
You know, it does
I
recline.
could take a nap, man.
I know. We are...
Look at this. Look at this here. This is a football game watching.
You know, look at the weather. It's that kind of day. We have a big TV. We have a fireplace.
Lean it back like that. Big popcorn here. Puppies sitting up here. You know, fire in the fireplace. It's got a fireplace right in front of us. It's wonderful.
We're at Circuit World, and we can see the snow outside. And we know it's snowing, and some of you are home today because the kids are home. School's closed. Fannin, Union, Gilmer, Dawson, you name it. School is closed, but we have Dr. Whaley with us. It's time for our Ask the Doc segment.
I'm wearing my foul weather jacket, too.
Is that a foul weather
Yeah,
jacket?
foul weather
Okay,
jacket.
now I'm sorry you pulled me right in. What's a foul weather jacket? you pulled me right. Got to know what a foul weather jacket.
In the Navy, they give you those big old things that hang down over your head and have the big hoods you see like in Alaska. That's a foul weather jacket. So when I was putting on my suit coat thinking, I got to go catch an airplane today, I ought to be wearing my foul weather jacket. I got it hanging right in my closet, but I left it there because I don't think it's going to be bad enough for Fannin County people to really be discombobulated today.
Well, I don't want to encourage anybody to get out and about if you don't have to. We always say that, and first responders and the public safety officials always send out notice. If you do not have to get out on the roads, please do not. But it's warm. The ground is warm. It's first time of year, so the roads are really wet. But I don't want to be the weather guy encouraging anybody.
When I left the house, it was 28 degrees, and there's ice on Dry Branch Road. So stay home.
Stay home.
Yeah.
Okay, what are we opening with?
I don't know. You got. Oh, well, I'll save the piece of really interesting news on the embassy in Cuba till the end in case we have time.
Good. No, we are going to have time because are we going to talk about the sonic?
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, yes, we're going to talk
about mind control.
Whoa. We will have time, promise.
All right.
All right, so then let's just get right to the question so we can get to that here in a minute. People are anxious to hear about mind control and what took place with our U.S. officials with the sonic noise in Cuba. Dr. Whaley is going to expand on that. It seems like every week we have a question that deals with allergies. Every week there's something with allergies. Now, if you're the type of person, and I'm going to rephrase this question a little bit, turn it around, but if you're the type of person, you like the real Christmas tree, you like to go out and pick it out, you like to cut it down yourself, drag it in, it's a whole family event every year, and you like to put up that real tree, but somebody in the family has allergies or their allergies start kicking up. What about the tree? Is it the tree? Could it be the tree? Or what would you say during this holiday season if you have somebody in the family that has a live tree allergy?
Is there some kind of a reason why we have to let him mess up the question from the way the question is asked?
I'm going to read the question because obviously I just got in trouble. I seem to be having allergy issues. Is it possible I'm reacting to our live Christmas tree? Is that better?
That is a lot better because you have to think where the majority of the trees come from. What you're doing is you were putting your own personal experience and living in the country and cutting down a fresh tree in your woods and bringing it into your home. But the majority of the trees that people get here today, so this is a really great question, they're buying them at some of the large retailers where they have these big trees. And it's a world of difference between you choosing your own fresh tree in your own woods versus buying the tree from a commercial dealer. So if you buy the tree from your commercial woods and you weren't allergic when you went out to cut the tree, forget about it, you're not going to have a problem. But interestingly, I don't know where these questions come from, but I got the question on Wednesday night. Wednesday morning, the American Journal of Entomology published an article that the average commercially purchased Christmas tree, when you bring it into your home, has bugs on it. Now, I'm going to ask the smart younger generation, technologically adept, how many bugs do you think would be on an average commercial Christmas tree when you brought it into your home, purchased one 100 feet from here or up here at the big box stores? How many bugs do you think's on your Christmas tree?
I'm afraid to say, but I'll highball it and say 200.
I say 5,000.
25,000 bugs on the average commercial purchased Christmas tree. Now, those, you can also, when you pick one up in commercial like that and bring it home, you might have a mouse in it. It's amazing what you might have in it. But you're not going to be allergic to the mouse, and you're not going to be allergic to the bugs.
I have a picture of the cat chasing the mouse. The tree fell over. I'm sorry.
But if you stop and think about it, they're packed in 25 or 30 together, brought hundreds in the back of a trailer, and we're in North Georgia, that some of these will come from North Carolina, but most will come from Michigan and Canada. And they're going to have a long travel trip. Now, second, they will have been grown, let's say they've been grown in Michigan or in Canada next to an alfalfa field or next to a grass field, to a wheat field. And you know that our biggest allergies are to tree pollen and grass pollen. So they are going to have a bunch of pollens on them that are from September and August that we're not exposed to anymore, that they're bringing back into your house that you were allergic to in the fall and in the late summer. So to think you're going to be allergic to a Christmas tree, it sounds sort of stupid, but it's absolutely true. You're not allergic to the Christmas tree. You're allergic to the grass where it was born, where it was grown. You're allergic to the other trees that are around there, because pine trees and cedar trees don't have much allergen to them, but the oak and the rest of them have smaller pollen. So when you bring that Christmas tree home, if you have people that are allergic in your house, the recommendation is that when you're bottoming it out and you're putting it in the stand, you do it out in the driveway and you spray it real good. Once you've got the limbs all down, spray it really good. You'll find a bunch of stuff coming out of there, straw and stuff, and out of there will come your 25,000 bugs. They're going to be washed away. But more importantly, it's going to get rid of the alfalfa and the other allergens that are on that tree. So that was a great question. And go buy your Clarinex or whatever it is at the pharmacy and enjoy your Christmas tree. But wash it before you bring it in the house.
But I didn't think of it that way. If you have a family tradition, you go out in your woods and you find that tree out in the woods and you cut it down. That's a world of difference of the trees that are brought in by the hundreds from farms.
Yeah, but let's go back to that, because this time of year puts me on a thing I was worried about yesterday because of a patient. The days are getting shorter, and there is a mental disorder that is attached to December, Christmas, and short days. And that disorder is called seasonal affective disorder. It's the depression
How
of
come
winter.
you didn't know that? I mean,
we talked about it last Christmas. People, when the days get short, the weather gets cold, they got a stuffy nose, the aunt didn't invite them to the Christmas dinner, the Thanksgiving didn't go well, begin to get somewhat depressed. Suicide goes up this time of year. Alcohol consumption goes up this time of year. Filing for divorce goes up this time of year. And when you came up and you began this question, it's the idea that traditions and going out with the family, the kids, the grandkids, your parents, or whoever it is, and going up here in Nuntutla or going somewhere else and cutting a tree, whether you go to a tree farm or what else, it's that kind of tradition. It's that infrastructure of family support that keeps people's sanity or their happiness with their lot in life in this time of year going. So I'm going to encourage you, even if you're going to go to the big box store to buy it, do it on a weekend or do it at night and gather up a bunch of family members and then go and argue. I like this one better. I like this one better. That tradition, you really hit on a nail when you asked that question that way. So I didn't want to diminish you.
No, I understand what you're saying.
But that way I didn't get my alfalfa in and all my 25,000 bugs.
No, we got
so
two.
Now I got depression and I got my bugs and everything. So I'm happy now.
Well, it's great to take the whole family and this one argue, I don't like that was too tall or that was too short.
Yeah. And Jane always wins. I hate to tell you.
I know that.
It's been a tradition in our family. And by the way, I've got seasonal affective disorder. This is the first year we've been married 46 years, that it's not been family in our home, because we sold the big house and we're going off to New York, and I'm sad about the darn thing. Anyway, next question.
Okay, I have
empty nester, that's called.
I have been seeing movement in my peripheral vision, but when I investigate, nothing is there. Should I have my vision checked, or is this a symptom of a different kind of health concern? And yes, I can't see my screen. I'm struggling to see my. So
I don't want to be a harbinger of fright, but if the person who asked this question is having visual field, lateral peripheral visual field perceptions that aren't the puppy, and as I sit here and I look at the smart board there and the electronics, I can see way over here the reflection of cars going down the street, bouncing off the window. I can see things in my peripheral vision. If there are these are called visual hallucinations. And the not so serious cause of visual hallucinations are alcohol withdrawal, psychiatric disorder, migraine headache. Well, migraine is really serious. We talked about it last week. I mean, alcohol withdrawal and DTs, that's fairly serious. A psychiatric disorder bad enough to have hallucinations, that's pretty serious. But going to an eye doctor won't diagnose those three. The rest of them, depending on whether they're peripheral or frontal, they occur multiple times per day, multiple times per week, can be serious indicators of various retinal disorders, brain disorders, and the like. If the second part of this question has a lot to do with age. If I were doing it, because what the next question, by the way, links to this question, if I were doing it and it only occurred when I was looking up like that, but didn't occur when I was looking like this or like this, then I might have a arthritic neck, which I have. Did you hear it crack when I just built my head back that far? Where the arthritis pushes on the two arteries that go to the back of the brain, and the back of the brain is where your visual cortex is, and that can be nothing more than arthritis in the neck, and positional because you've raised your head and put pressure on those arteries. But anyway, if the person's in their teens or 20s, it's obviously not an arthritic neck. If they've got other things, weakness of their hand, being Parkinson's disease, it's just all manner of neurological disorders. So if it's recurrent, now if it happens once, happens twice, gone, over with, forget about it. But if this is a recurrent phenomenon, whether it occurs once every 6 weeks or once or twice, 2 or 3 times in 3 months, or whether it occurs several times in a couple of weeks in a row, then you've got to go start with an ophthalmologist or an optometrist, a licensed eye professional. Make sure that you indicate in you got to be really careful what happens when you go see a doctor, because if you tell them you're coming in there for a toenail ache and you've got an epileptic spell and they haven't got that on the, you won't get it figured. You are going in because you are having visual fields, you're seeing things that aren't there, and they're going to block out more time for you than they are if they're just getting there to change your glasses.
Okay. Now, this last question is probably one of the most common questions, and I think all of us at one time or another experience this. Maybe you don't have the right pillow, you slept the wrong way, your pillow was positioned wrong, and you got up and said, oh no, and you were like this. And we call it, I have a crick in my neck for over a week. Should I see my doctor, or is there an exercise which can help?
Was he doing a My Pillow commercial? Are they a sponsor?
No.
You probably ought to go get a My Pillow commercial, or that foam pillow with the groove in it. First of all, the question is a really good question. Let's begin by going back to that question we had a week or two ago about low back pain.
Okay.
When I indicated that so many people end up on permanent disability, lose time from work, And the things that make you end up with permanent disability are having a job with good insurance benefits. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Crick in the neck is as common as low back pain. And low back pain, chronic low back pain lasting longer than 6 to 12 weeks. Remember, it's a whole different thing than crick in my neck for a week. But if they told you I have a crick in my neck and I've had it for 3 months and it's interfered with the way I work, 10% of the adult population are going to have a crick in the neck in 1 year. But 90% of the adult population are going to have a serious crick in the neck in their life. And that's the same number exactly as the low back pain. But only 0.5 to 1% of people with neck disorder are going to end up on some sort of a disability, chronic issue like that. So the key of that question there, and probably is the duration of the crick, which they said they had it for over a week. When you talk about when you're the My Pillow ad, that crick you got in your neck from sleeping crooked is going to be gone in about 3 days. It's going to be awful today. You're going to be like this walking around. And it's going to be a little bit like that tomorrow, but it'll start diminishing at the end of the third day or so, and you slept funny, or the window was open, you got cold air on your neck, and that sort of thing. But if it lasts a solid week, and you've got pain in your neck, show that first picture there. The first picture that they're going to show is a man with his arm outstretched like this. So crick in the neck, really. There's 8 cervical nerves coming out of the neck, and that picture there shows the cervical nerves as they feed various parts of the hand, the arm, and the shoulder. And it's real important. If you're at 7 days and you've still got a bad pain in your neck, and you've got pain that runs down one of those distributions there, then you end up in a doctor's office. You can't start with an exercise. You've tried Tylenol, you've tried ibuprofen, you've put a heat pack on it. You might have gone over to the massage therapist. You've done this. You've done the common things you do at home for a crick in the neck, and you're still having problems. And you've got an issue with things that are in that distribution there.
Is that the picture there?
Yeah, that's the picture.
Yeah, because I can't see what's at.
Well, let's give it to you so you can see the picture.
See.
We don't want you to miss it. So if you got things like if your thumb got numb, your little finger got numb, or whatever, you go see your family doc right there. He's gonna do something, I guarantee you. Well, the most common cause of this, again, the questioner did not tell us the age. I'm going to make the assumption that the questioner is over 50 or over 60. Then the cause of this is going to be, I've got a bad arthritic neck myself. I fell down the ladder in a storm on a naval ship in the Gulf of Tehuantepec in 1968. And about once every 2 years, I go numb in these 2 fingers, and I have really bad pain in my neck, and anything anybody can do about it. And I've got one of those little soft cervical collars that the lawyers give you for free when you call them up and tell them you were in a wreck. And it's in the bottom of a closet someplace. And whenever that happens, I go get that thing and I put it on and I wear it 2 or 3 days. And I take a whole bunch of hot showers and I double up on an Advil or something, and it gradually goes away. And so I do have a diagnosed nerve entrapment that affects the little finger and the 4th finger, and it occurs every few years, and I'm not going to let anybody operate on it. So if you've got this thing and it lasts at least a week, then it becomes a serious problem. Show up that second picture there. Now, I don't expect people at home to be doing any diagnostic procedures, but if I sit upright like this, I'm 77 years old and I've got an arthritic neck. I should be able to turn my head 90 degrees, meaning I can get my head where I can look across the top of my shoulder, and I can look at the expert panel coming in over there, and I can turn over here and I can look at the stereo. So I got pretty close to 90 degrees. Nope, you got to sit absolutely still Shoulders still. You can't be twisting like that, and just turn the head. All right, I should be able to then bend my head to the side by 45 degrees toward my shoulder. I can't do that. I can get barely 30 degrees.
Like that?
Yes, you're able to do that. Leave the shoulder still.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, you're doing good with that. All right, and then I should be able to have rotatory movements with my chin down and my chin up. Well, this next picture is a diagnostic picture, which shows a woman who's got her chin up and to the side, and then her head turned to the side a little bit to where her pain is, and her physician has his hand on the top of her head, and he's hitting down across the top of her head like that. And when he hits down across the top of her head like that, if there's a compression on that nerve, it's going to bang. He's going to have a reproduction of the pain. That's not an MRI. That's not an X-ray. That's not an EMG. That's a 3-minute neck exam in a good physician's office. A lot of doctors don't even know how to do that. And if that thing right there is positive, that's called the Sperling maneuver, then you're off to the neurologist to an MRI, and you've got structural disease within your neck. So the crucial aspects of this thing were, 1, lasts longer than a week. 2, it's not a 19-year-old kid who plays soccer or football and has been snatched around or anything. And so when you start getting to the things that suggest that you really can be in trouble, and I had a chart I was going to have put up there, but you can't hardly read it. These are the things that if you got that neck pain, you don't mess around with it. If you, within the last week, have had a fall or any sort of significant trauma, and you had a car wreck, and even if your seatbelt was on and the airbag imploded, if you were banged around, your neck felt fine, you didn't have any problems, but this is 2 or 3 days later, get out of there. Go get to the doctor. If this neck thing is beginning to occur, and in the last 2 or 3 months, you've had an unexplained weight loss of 15, 20 pounds, you felt crummy, you may have a malignancy that's involving the neck or a serious condition in the neck. If this neck pain is associated with documented fever and documented chills, you can have an infection. You're going to think I'm crazy, but when you brush your teeth, you seed bacteria out of your mouth into the venous structures of your mouth, and they go through your spine before they get to your heart. And you can get an infection in the cervical disc of your neck from your teeth, and if you have teeth abscesses or bad gums or whatever, it's more common. If you've got rheumatoid arthritis or anything like that, and you're taking steroids, or you went to the doctor with an upper respiratory and he gave you a steroid shot, or he gave you steroids, and then a week later you got neck pain, then you may well have infection or something serious that occurred because of that. And I hate to say if you're a drug user, but we have a lot of people who use drugs up here. And any kind of a needle carries the risk of infection, and that then is a serious issue right off the bat. And if you happen to be an asthmatic and you're using these things, every time you see them advertise these things on television for the inhalers that really help chronic lung disease and help asthma, they say may increase your risk of serious infection. Well, they're not talking about lung infection, they're talking about something like this. So that sort of stuff is the kind of thing that would tell you not to mess around with it. And then if there's the paralysis or the staggering or the things like Parkinson's, it's serious. But the majority of them are bad pillow, I slept in the cold. But the key thing about this question was it said greater than a week. And those sort of harmless ones are going to last 3 days and be gone.
Okay,
is that enough?
Yes, it is. We always want to thank Georgia Cancer Specialist for this segment with Dr. William Whaley. Now, some of you are just going to frame it here quickly. Cuba, our ambassador there, the embassy, a sonic sound that damaged their hearing. We had to bring them home. Take off.
All right, well, we always like to think that we're unique, but actually it's Americans and Canadians. And I really didn't know about the Canadians until this last few days, but there were 22 to 26 over a period of about 12 to 18 months. who reported hearing in their homes or in other locations these peculiar loud noises. People in other apartments did not hear. It wasn't like there was a creaky elevator.
And this is in
or
Cuba.
something. This is in the hotels and in the residences in Cuba.
Right.
Now, I've been to Cuba. I didn't hear any funny noises.
So they're reporting that they hear this, but the neighbor or the apartment, they're not hearing it.
That's correct. It's not a building-wide phenomenon.
Right.
It's an isolated, it's not even an apartment-wide phenomenon. There could be children or guests in one part of the apartment, house, or hotel, and this occurs in a specifically small area. Well, it began by thinking that people were hallucinating, or, it's one of those things that one person has, and start talking about it and gets to be popular. These people then began to have cognitive dysfunction. Cognitive dysfunction means I got a car key in my hand and I'm trying to use it to open a jar or something. It's clear interferences with intellectual function. Then they began to have emotional disturbances that they never had before in their life. They think they're Santa Claus or something. I mean, I'm not Santa Claus. I might be a little overweight, but really, and they had to bring them home. And so it's a little bit like that boy from China who was in Chinese custody for a year and then came home with a neurological state they never diagnosed, if you'll remember. That boy came home and was dead in 2 weeks from something that they did to him that destroyed him intellectually, but there was no structural abnormality to his brain that could be found when they autopsied him. He died. Well, the difference here is that these people are alive, and they have now, through some very sophisticated magnetic resonance imaging, been able to determine that they have got structural damage in the white matter of the brain where the portions of the brain communicate with one another. Now, they didn't get that from eating Cuban food, and they didn't get that from drinking Cuban beer, and they didn't get that from any Zika mosquito that was living in Cuba. So there is a body of evidence that we have the ability to work people's minds to alter their psychology and their functioning. And you go back to the girl whose dad was a publisher with what was her name, with the gun. That's 50, 60 years ago. That was brainwashed. You got the Stockholm syndrome. You've got the Korean War, prisoners of war, and all of that sort of stuff, where people were working on them psychologically to change their behavior or make them do things that under normal circumstances they wouldn't do. Y'all got to figure out, what's that girl's name standing there with the AK-47 robbing a bank in about 1950, 55? Her dad was a publisher of the...
Patty Hearst?
Patty Hearst, okay. Patty Hearst syndrome. You did good. See, that's younger.
I don't know why I know this stuff.
Okay, well, anyway, so if you think the Patty Hearst syndrome,
yes,
she ends up becoming a terrorist.
Right.
You think the Korean War, the first ones that we know anything about are the Korean War vets. It didn't happen in the Second World War. The outgrowth of that is the cults and the mind control that Patty Hearst had. And then you got the Russians when they have these Cold War people that they have captured. They captured 200 and something of our people from surveillance airplanes and stuff. And they subjected them to sleep deprivation and to various forms of control to try and get to change their behavior. And they even had a big TV series like the Manchurian Candidate type thing. Well, this that has happened to the Cubans has gone beyond the point of doing it by psychological sleep deprivation or telling you you're rich, good looking, or whatever they do to change your behavior. And this is being done electronically. And that's the scary thing, because none of these people had any face-to-face actions with anybody. They weren't put in a room, they weren't brainwashed or anything else. All their stimulus was was a noise. Now that noise was, who knows what that noise was, some sort of high dose, high intensity ultrasonic booms or something, but it actually changed the brain structure of their white matter in their brain, not unlike the concussion syndrome of the NFL players, but that's the way they diagnosed it, was that fancy type MRI. Well, 2 years ago, we'd never heard of chronic brain injury in NFL players, and now we know that there's thousands of them, or at least many hundreds of them, and they've got a specific way of diagnosing it. Well, we've now got a Cuban embassy syndrome that's real. It scares the heck out of me, to be honest with you.
Well, I appreciate,
and it's not us alone, us and the Cuban, and the
us and the Canadians. Well, I appreciate you going into detail, because we read articles on it, and I really haven't. I haven't had anybody frame it that way to where we could kindly understand it. And yes, it's interesting how they can do that, and this person it doesn't happen to. So it's interesting how.
If they shined a flashlight in their face, you can see it. But remember, there's many things, there's cosmic rays and everything else, you can't see them. So if they were focusing it there and not focusing it there, we would have no way of knowing it.
You know what
weird, man.
You know what I say on a day like today? Keep it in the road. Keep it in the road.
I'll do that.
Keep it in the road, because you can slip off the road. Dr. Whaley, we want to thank him, Georgia Cancer Specialist, every Friday morning at 8:15, our Ask the Doc segment. If you ever have a question for Dr. Whaley, you send that to info@fetchernews.com, and put in the subject line Ask the Doc. We will always get those messages to Dr. Whaley. We try to get them on the show, and if we don't get them on the show, he always answers the emails. So please send those to info@fetchernews.com. Ask the Doc.
Your age might be helpful.
Well, it does, to answer the
Seriously,
question,
if
right?
If age would be helpful, and if you think it has anything to do with it, sex.
Right.
But certainly age.
Thank you. Have a safe trip. I know you're headed to the airport. Be careful, and tell my friend Jane hello. And we wish her well.
If I get there.
You'll get there. We're going to be right back. We're going to have a new segment he doesn't even know about. We're just going to take a couple minutes, but we're going to have Ask JR. We're going to get JR in here and ask him anything. He doesn't even know I'm going to do this, but we're at Circuit World in Blue Ridge. We'll be right back. Take us a break, Lonnie.
Kenty Artesian Silver and Gifts, the Peruvian shop, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Fine sterling silver, luxurious baby alpaca and exotic woods. A beautiful selection of exquisitely crafted gifts for all of your special occasions. Visit our website, artesiansilvergifts.com, or follow us on Twitter at Artesian Silver Gifts. Kenty Artesian Silver and Gifts, the Peruvian shop in downtown Blue Ridge. Papa's Pizza to Go in downtown Blue Ridge is the best in the area all-you-can-eat buffet. Call ahead or order online now at papaspizzatogo.com. Use our convenient pickup window for the best in pizza, subs, wings, breadsticks, salads, and more. And be sure to check out our lively game room. We serve lunch and dinner, catering available, take out or dine in. Papa's Pizza to Go in Blue Ridge, proud sponsors of the Fannin County Rebels.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they say there. Cause all I do is win, win, win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there. All I do is win.
The Tupelo Tea Mission is to provide over 80 premium tea blends for tea lovers who are looking for ways to explore new flavors and blends. Come visit Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Be sure to sample our various varieties of honey and tea. Visit us on the web at tupelotea.com or call us at 706-946-TEAS. That's TEAS. Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Hey Rebel fans, come visit the Dairy Queen Grill and Chill of Blue Ridge, Fannin County High School's Meet, Eat, and Treat headquarters. Highway 5 in Blue Ridge. Proud sponsors of the Fannin County Rebels.
Hey, and we're back, folks, and we're at Circuit World in Blue Ridge, and this is my new segment. I just came up with it this morning. It's called Ask JR. This is JR. JR is a manager here. Did you wave to him?
Oh, yeah.
Wave to him, JR. He's the manager here at Circuit World in Blue Ridge, okay? And when he's not looking for his cell phone, he is trying to sell. I got you on that, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, JR, what we need to do, because they don't know you out there,
Yep.
we have to run a quick test. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You're the manager of Circuit World Blue Ridge.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What are the other 4 locations?
We got Murphy, LJ, Blairsville, and Franklin.
Took you too long. Okay. You could have done that fast. I should have just rolled with it. Okay.
Roll them off.
So you got East LJ, Blairsville, right? Murphy, and Franklin,
Yes,
and
sir.
here in Blue Ridge. Okay. How often do you restock the store? How can customers be guaranteed when they come to Circuit World, the floor is always full? How often do you guys restock the floor of the stores?
About every day.
Every day?
Yeah, at least every other day.
What is the biggest sale right now going on at Circuit World during this holiday season?
We got 6 months on all furniture. 6 months, same as cash.
On the floor?
On the floor furniture.
So if I walk in here, like this right here that we're sitting on, we could take home 6 months, same as cash.
6
right?
months, same as cash.
Okay. What's the store hours?
9 to 6 at all 5 locations, every day but Sunday.
Okay. Let's see, what other questions do I have? I won't go with what your favorite football team is, but okay. How many different size? What's the biggest TV a person can purchase at Circuit World?
75-inch is what we keep in stock, but we can get them bigger.
They make a 75-inch TV?
They make a 75-inch TV. Delivered an 86-inch a couple weeks ago.
You delivered an 86-inch TV?
86-inch TV.
Where do people put these?
She mounted it to the wall in her living room.
Wow. So 86, like, is 8 foot like 92? Isn't that 92, 8 foot? 96. 96 is 8 foot, right? 12, 8, or 96. That's how big these TVs are?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You get a projector screen, you're going up to 100 and something inches.
Do you have those 4K things?
We do have 4K TVs.
I don't know what they are. I mean, I don't know, but you have 4K TV?
We have 4K, smart.
Smart?
Oh, yeah.
The
You get 'em
TV?
all. TV,
What makes a
smart
smart TV? Because I'm not up on this stuff.
Well, a lot smarter than us.
Okay, what's the second part that makes it?
They have the built-in apps, the Wi-Fi, to where if you have a non-smart one, you got to have a smart Blu-ray player to do your apps. TVs, everything's built in.
built in. So it's a snow day here, and I have a loaded question.
Okay.
Who won the snowball fight outside?
Oh, I do. I
You
win
do?
them all, yeah.
You win them all?
Oh, yeah.
So is that the thing you do here at Circuit World when it snows, is have a snowball fight?
My boss is right back there.
Oh,
I can't
okay.
answer that.
So is your boss here? Can't.
Yeah, my boss
All right,
is
our
here.
last question. Oh, the boss is in. I
Yeah,
didn't see him come
boss
in.
man's here.
Okay. Well, then our last question, is he a pretty good guy?
He's a real good guy.
Real good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like the guy. Okay, we're at Circuit World in Blue Ridge. I got the fireplace, thank you. Got the Christmas tree, got snowball fight outside, and any furniture on the floor. These recliners, these, what is the foam that's...
Memory foam?
Memory foam?
Yep.
You know, the memory foam works.
It does.
You know how I know? Because I have a chair from Circuit World, and every day when I get home, it remembers I need to sit in it. Okay? That's my joke.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, that's
Jake,
a dad joke for
was
sure.
it bad?
That's a dad joke.
A dad joke?
Yeah, a dad joke.
Okay, well, if you want a memory foam recliner, it will remember, and you have the vibrating ones and everything.
Yes, sir. Heat and massage.
Heat and massage. And those are considered part of the floor furniture that's 6 months, same as cash. If we
6 months, same as cash. Even in the warehouse, whatever we have in the warehouse.
In a warehouse. Yep. Get it over here. They restock daily. They have washers and dryers, refrigerators, microwaves, TVs, furniture, fireplaces, you name it. Circuit World of Blue Ridge. Thank you very much, JR.
Anytime.
We'll have you back next week and see if we can have some more test questions.
Sounds good.
All right. Stay right here. 30 seconds. 30 seconds, folks. All-Star panel will be in. Hey, and we're back. I'm your host, BKP, and it's time for
the All-Star Blue Boys.
All-Star Blue Boys.
Well, we're all in blue.
All right, let's try it again.
Got the memo.
Let's try it. It's like you know, we could do a blooper reel like at the end of the year, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's time for the All-Star panel, and if you don't know what it is out there, you just have to check it out. But it's Festivas, right? So we have. On Friday, we have the airing of the grievances. I got a lot of problems with you people. I love doing that.
Yeah.
You like it too.
You've watched it too many times.
I watched it too. I got it down, right?
Yeah, you
So
do.
it's Festivus for the rest of us, and we're going to have our airing of the grievances
Where's
here
our
today.
poll?
The poll? I don't know.
We got to get a Festivus
All right.
poll.
Okay.
What are you eating there?
A brownie.
Got some brownies working.
Yeah,
huh?
Rose brought brownies this
Appreciate
morning.
you sharing that with us, Rose.
Well, Rose said, well, I have to be a couple minutes late, and I don't want to hear it, so I'll bring some brownies, and he'll get over it. I'm over it already. Her house husband made them.
Oh.
So many things gets revealed on this show. Rick, Bruce, okay.
BKP?
Al Franken is gone in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And Al Franken gave the equivalence of Washington's farewell yesterday. And right? They're treating it like it's Washington's farewell. You understand where I'm going?
It's unbelievable.
What say you?
Unbelievable.
Is he really going to go?
Yeah, I mean, what is this, like, slow exit? I mean, it's like, supposedly I heard that if Moore gets elected, then he's going to stay around to, like, point the finger and say bad Republicans and da-da-da-da-da-da.
Everybody's saying it.
Okay, what's my take? Well, I said it. I said it for a week on the show. I've turned it. I've been out in front of this thing. I say it humbly. I've been out in front of this thing for a long time. That now the Democrats are the party of family values, honor, integrity. They did the right thing.
Yeah, right.
Okay. They've acknowledged their wrong. They've atoned for their sin.
And what's their position on abortion?
Oh, at will. On demand. On demand.
Family,
No, it is. It's
family
on
values.
demand.
Yeah.
No, it's on
family
demand.
values. Yeah.
Okay, but it's a woman's right to choose.
Mm-hmm.
Where am I going here? So they are the party that is they're the party of family values, integrity, honor. Okay, they did the right thing. Conyers is out, Franken is out, and Roy Moore. So the Republicans they're the party of Roy Moore.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Did you see that coming?
Sure did. You can tell by ganging up on Al. Everybody, Pelosi changed her tune 180 degrees
Overnight.
Typically she just stands by her man or stands by her.
Well, they wrote a new MO. They wrote a new direction. They said, "Oh, this could be a win-win. Let's think this out. How can we capitalize on this? How can we turn this into a 2018 political campaign issue for 2018? What can we do with this?" Go.
And do you think it's organic? I mean, Pelosi, Schumer, come up with these ideas, or do you think it's DNC driven? I think Perez is, whispering in the ears behind the scenes.
I think the deep state is.
Deep state. Perez doesn't have the power.
Yeah, he doesn't have the
Perez
smarts.
is he's their front man.
It's all deep state.
Who's the deep state players then?
Obama.
Ooh.
Absolutely. Start with Obama and work down the chain. Okay. Holder, Obama,
Loretta Lynch. The list goes on.
Yeah.
James Comey. I mean, the list goes on.
So it's the former administration behind the scenes, in so many words.
To me, we don't have enough.
Soros.
I was getting ready to say that. George Soros. To me, we don't have the time. But deep state goes global. Okay? This is global.
Yeah.
All right, so...
Angela Merkel?
Angela. You got to get that right. Angela Merkel. All right, let's bring this back. Okay. So...
How about throwing the Pope in there?
Not the Pope right now.
Okay.
Not right now. Let's go back. Did you see that change?
Hey, you guys are killing me on the Festivas
lead us
thing.
not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. That's the new Democrat prayer.
We'll see how that works out for him.
Okay, let's get this back. Serenity now. Okay.
Got to come up with a new.
Do you think Franken should leave?
No,
I don't think so.
I don't either.
There happens to be, whether we like the guy or not, and we don't.
Presumption.
Is that
There's a method by which.
But there are some
people
people out in Minnesota that said they wanted him as their senator, whether I like it or not, right? And I would say the Minnesota state constitution has a provision to recall someone.
Yeah,
right?
No question.
Would you say that?
Absolutely.
So would you say that if they would like for Franken to leave and no longer be their senator to represent them in Washington, D.C., that they should go through their channels in the state of Minnesota?
Leave it to those,
They can use their hook. Yeah.
What do you say?
Leave it to those that put him in office.
No,
that's the method by which.
It came down to 30 Democrats that had a holier-than-thou vision one night.
He who cast the first stone.
Yeah. Do you think they had, what is that movie at Christmas time, A Christmas Carol? Which one is it? Did the ghost of Al Franken visit them that night? Huh?
The ghost of Christmas past.
Yeah, the ghost of
Scrooge.
Yeah, is that what happened? And they woke up and they went running down the street. It said Al must go. That's what
it seems like.
Huh?
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
That's what it was. It's not what it seems like. That's what it was. I mean,
they turned it around. All right, let's stay in the county of this area. Does Roy Moore win? I asked this question last week. Everybody took a little more time. Does Roy Moore win?
He's opening up in the polls. I say yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Roy Moore wins.
Yep.
How is that? All right, are you okay that the president endorsed him this week? Called him from Air Force One. Go Roy, go. I almost thought it was Joe McCutcheon yelling, "Go Roy, go!" Right?
Did he actually say that?
Go Big Roy.
He did.
Yeah,
that's how he finished his call.
Go Big Roy. So, Big Roy's on a roll. Big Roy is preaching from a pulpit near you in Alabama.
President's going down to Pensacola today.
Pensacola,
What's next to Pensacola?
It's the Alabama TV market.
Yep,
Floribama line.
Yeah, he's not touching over on the Alabama soil, but he is going to saturate the Alabama TV market today from Pensacola. And so we say Roy Moore wins.
We could do an over and under on how much time it takes for him to mention Roy Moore in his speech.
I like that. I like that. Okay, what say you?
It seems very conspicuous by proximity that he's, in Pensacola today. And
there's some pretty big words in that.
Well, conspicuous and proximity. Actually, we were discussing the over-under. Before you threw in.
I'm not a betting guy. I don't know what that means.
Okay.
We'll talk later.
Well, you got 12 minutes?
Yeah, that's right. No. Hey, wait a minute.
How long? You think that's too long?
Wait a minute.
4 minutes?
Four's the over and under, Lonnie. Make
how does he lead into it? Just north of here.
Yeah.
I flew over just north of here. I did a rally for 35,000 people just north of here. Where was I?
I think I was in a stadium somewhere.
Yeah. Beauregard was there.
That's right.
Different. Okay, so Roy Moore wins. Now, so let's move along. Roy Moore wins. Al Franken gave the Washington's farewell address, which is being heralded the 6 o'clock hour. Well, what do you think? Am I wrong?
Yeah, no, it's funny.
It's like I said yesterday on my show that Franken's speech will be the greatest thing. They will play it over and over. It will. Did you notice he didn't actually accept the women's accusations? He said he
some
remembered.
Some of them were untrue, and I remember things differently.
Yeah.
Never, ever admitted to anything.
No.
Yeah. Did he even apologize to the woman?
Yeah. Well, he said he felt bad for how things had taken place or whatever. But so, yesterday, so MSNBC, which, Joe and Minka.
Minka now, huh?
Joe and Minka, MSNBC, 6 o'clock hour and the 7 o'clock hour opened up with an extended video of the Al Franken's farewell address. Okay, so Roy Moore gets elected. So you think Al Franken won't possibly leave?
Possibly.
You think so?
He left the door open.
Left it open?
Sure.
While the guy in the White House and the guy in Alabama and I'm the guy leaving, right?
He found a bit of irony in that.
Well, you know what?
He's doing the perp walk and they're not. Just saying.
I think the guy should have got up in the well of the Senate and looked at you and looked around like this and said, every one of you in here can go to hell. If the people of Minnesota decide I need to go home, I will. Until then, did I tell you? I shouldn't say that, should I?
No.
That's bad.
No.
I shouldn't. No. He would get censured, wouldn't he, if he said that?
Yeah.
Because you're not allowed to say that.
Yeah, I think we should censure you.
Me?
Yeah. You sit back and Bruce and I'll take over.
Okay, we're going to discuss that during the break, but what happens if Roy Moore gets elected? Because, folks, boom, he gets elected. He heads right over to, here's how it works. He gets elected on the 12th. The Secretary of State of Alabama certifies the election. Probably happens in 48 hours. He heads over to Alabama. Kay Ivey pats him on the back, sends him up there, gets his plane ticket to Washington. They swear him in on the floor. Within 48 hours of getting elected, he's going to be on the floor voting. Roy Moore will be there. And guess what? The liberal TV cameras will be following him around. We're going to talk about what we think will happen. I'm going to finish my brownie. And then, you know that guy Andy McCabe? Get your mitts off my brownie. You know that guy Andy McCabe? You remember
talking
him?
about the FBI guy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
second
remember
in charge?
Jill? Andy and Jill. Dr. Jill. We'll talk about that when we get back. Take us a break.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff. Broken Bull, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing, is locally owned and operated. Our Simply Noel selection is the largest around. We have a great selection of unique clothing and several lines to choose from for men and women. We carry a beautiful variety of handmade jewelry from Blessed Be and others. All kinds of gifts, starting to carry shoes this fall as well. Come visit us on your next trip to Blue Ridge. We can't wait to meet you at Broken Bull, located in downtown Blue Ridge.
Days Chevrolet in Jasper is dropping the hammer. Over $11,000 off MSRP on new Silverados. Just look what we've done to the price on this new LT Crew Cab. Save over $11,000 and pay just $32,500. And Days Chevy is dropping the hammer in a big way on all new Chevy Malibus. Save over $6,500 and pay just $17,900. The savings are real and they're big at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Okay, we're back. It's time for the All-Star Panel, and I'm here with Bruce and Rick, and I am BKP. Good morning from Circuit World in downtown Blue Ridge. We have made it through the deep snow. We got the, did we get the sled dogs out and everything? The team, did you put the
Bruce
team?
and I came on a sled dog
Did
run.
you?
Yeah.
Did you put the team together?
Uh-huh.
Harnessed them right up?
Bannon pulled us down.
I could hear you coming down through there. You had the bells on the dog, and I heard Bruce yelling mush.
Mush.
On Prancer. On
Yeah, is that what you...
Donner and Blitzen.
Donner and Blitzen.
Okay. And if you recall, the greatest reindeer of all, Rudolph. Okay, job numbers are in?
Yes.
Do you have this report for us, Bruce?
Yep, 228.
And what was expected?
200.
Is it higher than expectations?
Yes, it is.
Is it?
Stock market futures up.
Up?
Yes.
And how will that be reported on the other networks?
It won't.
It won't?
That was off CNBC, so, you know, kind of.
Okay. Job numbers are higher than expected.
Yes.
Huh. Excuse me.
3%.
I can't. I'm sorry. You can
row.
censor me later. Hell, you say.
Yeah.
I had to throw it. Sorry.
That's right.
All right. So job numbers are in, higher than expected.
Pull your brownie
You know what
allotment
you
for
did
that?
not do?
No.
It's a requirement here. I decided to take some of the standards, the high news integrity standards of the CNNs and the MSNBCs and the ABCs and the CBSs and all the other alphabetical letters.
Mm-hmm. And?
Everything you do, you have to end with the word Russia. You just have to say Russia. Yeah, that's our...
Well, I was thinking of that in the last segment.
Were
You're
you?
talking about Roy Moore and everything. Yeah, it's going to be a
No,
double...
because probably what happened is a Russian company invested... Donald Trump bought stock in the Russian company, and they opened a place out west in Utah in the new land that's been turned back around to the people. That's probably what took place.
Did you hear that
You're
from
really
Mitt
on
Romney?
this deep state thing today, aren't you?
Yeah, I am on the deep state thing. Did you think that?
Yeah. Did you hear that from Mitt Romney?
Yes, from
You got
Mitt.
it from the Utah.
Yeah,
I
Twitter.
heard they had a meeting where they
Utah
talked, Mitt and the Donald.
Recently?
Yeah, yeah,
Really?
yeah.
When?
While he was in Utah.
Wow.
Because there's some rumor that he's going to step into Orrin Hatch's.
Okay. Here's what really happened. You always have to tune in here for what really happened. So, I hope they can't
Bring us
see all
home,
your.
Daddy.
I know, right?
I hope they can't see all
I
your.
got the
facial
Mika looks working over here.
Yeah.
Mika.
Okay. So Donald flies into Utah. Okay. Or Stagecoach. Couldn't you see Donald coming in on the Stagecoach?
That'd be great.
That would be
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
So Donald flies in
The
to
chaps
Utah.
and the hat.
And Ryan
Kind of a
Zilke.
John Wayne next to him.
That's right.
So Ryan Zilke, the Secretary of Interior, he's there, and
Around Reagan.
Orrin Hatch is 80, so they wheel him in, turn his hearing aids up, and sorry, so Orrin Hatch is there, and we know Mitt Romney would like to be the next senator from Utah, right?
Maybe.
So where did he go? He went to see the Don. Right? He had to kiss the ring. Don said like that. He said, yeah, he went to see the Don, right?
Kiss the ring.
Yeah, he went to see a Don. Hello, Godfather Don Quinn. I have a request of you. So he went to see the Don.
If you do me this favor.
Right? So Don goes out, he goes out and he says, Orrin Hatch, you don't look a day over 45. Run 6 more times, right? I hope you're there for did you ever say I hope you're there for a long time to come? I mean, is that not knocking Mitt Romney right across
man,
the head?
I tell you.
Yeah, Orrin Hatch, I hope you're, do you remember, did you hear that? I hope you're here for a long time to come. So that's what happened. All right, moving right along. Roy Moore wins. Roy Moore gets sworn in. The biggest, if you think the Washington farewell address by Al Franken, if you think some of these speeches on the floor, this will be the biggest televised swearing in on the floor I think you've ever seen. And I think you will ever see. I think you will not have seen a swearing in of Roy Moore's magnitude there. What happens? What happens 5 minutes later? What starts happening in the media?
All the female anchors are going to be on there crying about, this,
how did it
The
make you
inequity.
feel?
Yeah.
How did it make you feel seeing Roy Moore, knowing the accusations from
Knowing that he's
the
a-
molestation,
Knowing
that
that he's
been
out with a
accused of?
14-year-old.
How did that make you feel?
bad.
Is that what will happen?
Well, yeah, there's going to be a lot of that, for sure.
Yeah, we're going to hear pedophile a lot.
Yeah, so it's going to be double
Well,
barrel.
wait a minute.
It's going to be that, and it's going to be Russia.
Yeah,
you know,
but
and-
networks have cleaned up some of them. The pedophile. Most of them are molestation, because I don't know this, but there's like that legal age, like 14 and over is molestation.
Ah.
Yeah, I mean that's my understanding. That's my understanding.
Yeah.
Okay, so legally, you can look that up with the job numbers. So
You've already done the research.
No, I think so.
I was going to look up the labor participation rate, but anyway.
Labor participation rate.
That's a more important number.
Did you bring in for the big word segment?
I did.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's used several this morning.
Yeah.
Okay, so Roy Moore gets sworn in, but does it affect the Republicans? The Republicans will be known as the Republicans of child molesters. The Republicans, as we know them, it's over. The Republicans, the party is over. How bad will it hurt Republicans in 2018?
I don't think it will.
What say you?
I think the media and the think tanks on the left will make a big deal of it. They're going to be, I think, skewing to women more than they did.
Yeah, but
so.
they've been doing that forever. I mean, they've tried everything they can to bring down Trump.
Yeah.
So it's just going to be a continuation of what's been going on. I mean, how can it get any worse?
You know what I can't wait for?
We'll see what comes out with Roy Moore. Again, the supposedly hordes of women that were groped or molested or whatever. Supposedly it's down to like 2 women, and both of them have issues.
Well, here's
issues.
Here's what I can't
Rocks
wait
in their
for.
knapsacks.
Here's what I can't wait for on December 12th, the night when they announce Roy Moore won. You ready?
Yep.
Our exit polling shows evangelical white, uneducated males pushed Roy Moore over the top tonight, right?
With their NASCAR hats on.
Yes, right?
And their Budweiser.
Yeah, and their
Right.
guns. And their guns.
And their guns.
I can't wait, because
And their
that
Ray
will
members.
that will be it. Now, educated women.
Huh, yes.
Educated women between this age and, no, they don't do that because you don't do that, but educated women in the suburbs overwhelmingly voted for Doug Jones, while evangelical, uneducated white males in Alabama, what else did you expect? You're in Alabama.
I don't think I'd go there.
They'll do it.
Yeah.
They'll do it.
Yeah.
This shows us clearly, this is Casey Hunt, right? What's that? Is that her name?
I don't know.
Casey DC. This shows us clearly
Thought
that
that was a
Alabama,
rock group.
Easy. I'm doing a skit. Stay out. This shows us clearly that Alabama has not turned the page in history.
Matured?
Yes, they have not come.
Matured.
Right?
Hey, you know.
I'm on. Now remember that. Okay.
Intentional subversion of facts. I've thrown that out before.
All right, now let's be sensitive, and that's coming from me. Let's be sensitive to our dear friends on the left coast, that they are going through just a terrible time in these fires. But what I find interesting, and I say this, what I find interesting is they need government help. California is in need of government help and government support.
They got a government.
Well, I thought it was just recently that they have been trying to go to the floor of the California state legislature and exit the union. I thought that was something that's been coming up.
Sanctuary state.
Right? Sanctuary state,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I'm just interested. I'm sensitive to the fact that these fires, I mean, really, we need to help them, but that's what the union is.
Secession has as much chance of happening as impeachment.
We know it doesn't, but just the way the people in California, some to the left,
Yeah.
have to be careful, because we have viewers in California.
Yeah, they.
Yeah, we do. When we do
we have friends.
Howard and Judy. Yeah.
Family.
Well,
Family.
when we run the numbers, California's, it's interesting, like, woo, to the left. Okay.
There.
But they need our help out there, and we should help them. I mean, I'm not saying we should not help them, but I find it interesting that California is willing now to take money from us for help and asking the president. Well, you should be asking the president, because we're the United States of America. So, we talked about Al Franken, we've talked about California, we've talked about Roy Moore. FBI in tatters, yes or no?
Yes.
FBI in tatters.
Brutally tattered.
Brutally.
Yes.
So,
I've been tattered. That was a Rolling Stone song, wasn't it?
I don't know. So FBI is in tatters. We all agree on that. But the media is taking who else but Donald Trump to task over that. What about?
He really didn't say that in the tweet. Well, yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. He said FBI is in tatters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Under the leadership of James Comey. That's pretty much the bottom line to me.
Should DOJ step in and do something now? Your opinion?
The FBI, let me say this. I have zero conflict of making a firm determination the FBI is a mess, a major mess. It's a disaster.
Mm-hmm.
I'm confused on DOJ right now, because there's a part of me that I did like, okay? I got a gray area, which is not really me. There's a part of me that I did like Jeffrey Beauregard Sessions. There's a part of me that's very confused that when he put Rosenstein in place, and Rosenstein as number 2 picked Mueller.
And they let it happen.
Right, that's you understand?
You think he just didn't know any better?
See, do you really want to say that we put someone that didn't know any better?
Well, I mean, he was second.
Jeffrey Sessions.
He was
Jeffrey's
second in
not
charge.
new.
He's second in charge.
But Jeff's not new, man.
But what
This
happens
guy's-
if you go past him and go to someone else? Does that mean that you don't have any confidence in that guy, or do you immediately say that
Not
this
go
guy's
past him.
conflicted?
I have not come on the airwaves once, basically, and made a major public effort for one of the secretaries to be removed from his cabinet. But I will say on the iffies, I'm really iffy on Jeff Sessions. I'm just
you just know where he's coming from. It's like if he's being independent or if Trump is really pulling.
Well,
his
there's a side of me that one day he goes out and he's pictured giving a speech with law enforcement, which I support 100%, and he's saying that we are going to bolster support for law enforcement and our ICE agents, and we are going to stop MS-13, and we're going to put a stop to the sanctuary city stuff, and you get to cheering him at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and by morning you hear stuff like, that's going on with Mueller.
And
and
you scratch your head. What? Same guy?
And you hear the Department of Justice, and who was the guy in the Department of Justice yesterday that
McCabe?
No.
Or
And what do you have? His office 3 doors down from. Can you give us the thumbnail sketch of what took place there?
Well, he. Let me think. He was the second guy to be removed, correct?
Right.
Demoted.
Demoted.
Yeah.
Back to HR.
That's the bad thing about all this. None of these guys you can get rid of. You can't fire any of them. They just move them around.
Peter Strzok, chief FBI investigator. Now this guy's not low level, right?
No.
He didn't have he's chief. He was with Hillary Clinton on July 3rd when Hillary offered him, tea and cookies. Okay?
He was at her interview.
He was the one that changed the language.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
From gross negligence, which implicates legal laws. I mean, she broke the law.
It has legal implications.
That's what I was.
Yeah.
So he's involved in this.
Yeah.
He's also there, one of the two, in Flynn's.
Oh, yeah, his fingers in
Right.
everything.
But today, if you call HR at the FBI, he
answers the phone.
And he says, you say, I was just wondering, it's getting close to the end of the year. Do I have to take my vacation days or do I lose them?
And will I get a bonus this year?
Hold on, I'll check.
Yeah, it's sad. It's
Right?
Texting is.
Sorry, we took you off Orr.
Lisa
This
Page,
is the guy wearing two hats,
right? It's her Lisa
What's that?
Page.
The guy Orr, he wears 2 hats, and he was doing this and doing that, and now he's demoted.
No, but this guy's texting Lisa Page. Lisa Page is the FBI attorney. FBI, McCabe, FBI, Comey leaves, lies, okay? And then Comey sends these memos that belong to us, the American people, confidential memos, because he took them down, so it belongs to the FBI. He sends those to where? His professor friend at Columbia. Okay. FBI's what do we do?
There's nothing that says that these guys can't have a political preference in their life.
They can. They can have a political preference, true.
However, when they let it influence their position on the Constitution and on the law,
right,
then it becomes a little tough to swallow.
Okay, now I asked this question, I think the day after the special counsel was appointed, the week after, 3 weeks after. So I'm going to ask the question again. We'll take a brief commercial. We'll come back with our answer. Don't answer. That means don't answer yet. Wait for the commercial, okay? Do you think Mueller needs to go? Don't even give eye contact away. Give it away. Do you think Mueller needs to go? We'll be right back after these messages.
Kenty Artesian Silver and Gifts, the Peruvian shop, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Fine sterling silver, luxurious baby alpaca and exotic woods. A beautiful selection of exquisitely crafted gifts for all of your special occasions. Visit our website, artesiansilvergifts.com, or follow us on Twitter at Artesian Silver Gifts. Kenty Artesian Silver and Gifts, the Peruvian shop in downtown Blue Ridge. Papa's Pizza to Go in downtown Blue Ridge is the best in the area all-you-can-eat buffet. Call ahead or order online now at papaspizzatogo.com. Use our convenient pickup window for the best in pizza, subs, wings, breadsticks, salads, and more. And be sure to check out our lively game room. We serve lunch and dinner, catering available, take out or dine in. Papa's Pizza to Go in Blue Ridge, proud sponsors of the Fannin County Rebels.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win, win, win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there. All I do is win.
The Tupelo Tea mission is to provide over 80 premium tea blends for tea lovers who are looking for ways to explore new flavors and blends. Come visit Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Be sure to sample our various varieties of honey and tea. Visit us on the web at tupelotea.com or call us at 706-946-TEAS. That's TEAS. Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Hey Rebel fans, come visit the Dairy Queen Grill and Chill of Blue Ridge, Fannin County High School's Meet, Eat, and Treat headquarters. Highway 5 in Blue Ridge. Proud sponsors of the Fannin County Rebels.
Hey, I'm your host, BKP. We're back. We have the All-Star panel. We're at Circuit World in Blue Ridge right here. And don't forget, all of the furniture, including what we're sitting on. You know, we got to be careful, guys. They will sell this right out from under us. I mean, boom, new set. But we could replace it with recliners. You want
6 months, same as cash.
Yeah, 6 months, same as cash. What if we do the show on recliners? Like 3 of them.
Why don't we ever turn on the vibrators? You know, kind of.
Bruce, yeah, take it just one notch. I mean, we're here, and then you go one notch.
Morning from Circuit World.
Okay, let's try to bring this back into a reputable.
You get paid to do this.
Quality home entertainment
Okay,
right here.
here we
Circuit
go.
World of Blue Ridge right here.
Mueller.
Yeah. All right.
Mueller.
Okay. I'm here with Rick and Bruce. Now, if you have been tuned in for the Pet of the Week, we did not get a notice, but they may not. Our Pet of the Week may not be able to get here from the Humane Society in Blue Ridge, so we don't know. And if we don't, you'll just get to enjoy this entertainment till we close today. We have Jason here. He's not coming in for sports today, but he is keeping up with the Rebel figure skating data right now, and he'll report that later today. Yes. That's equivalent to the Jamaican bobsled
That's
team,
right.
Right? Okay.
Have sit, spin, will travel.
There you go.
Push on, Mom.
So, Mueller, stay or go? Go. That was, you know what? I have the video of you really telling me it couldn't happen, you know, back when.
Really?
Yeah, I have that. I have it on tape.
Rena's in the house.
All right. All our Pet of the Week is here. Okay, great. We didn't know if we were going to make it today. So, Rick.
Yes, sir.
Mueller, stay or go?
Go.
Okay.
I think they're going to implode. I mean, I think it's starting to crumble all around them. I don't think Beauregard has to do anything. I think possibly it's just going to crumble around the edges, and they're going to lose all credibility. You see any validity to that?
Well, here's what I find interesting: is half of these panels you watch on TV, they're attorneys. Okay, they're attorneys. 90% of your senators and congressmen, they're attorneys.
Yeah.
But these political panels on TV, they all of a sudden don't understand attorney-client privilege anymore. Oh my God!
Or presumption of innocence.
Or Donald Trump Jr. and his attorney were on the phone with his dad and his attorney. So he said he would not answer the question based on attorney-client privilege.
Yes.
I guess we'll leave it up to Mueller to have to dig that out. Folks, everybody in America has that right. That's the way it works, right?
Yeah,
but
exactly.
they report it as some breaking news.
Breaking
news.
Breaking
then
news.
we heard 2 weeks ago with Flynn how his legal team has broke with Trump's legal team, defense team, no longer will share information. That is standard procedure,
SOP.
right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So now they all of a sudden don't understand attorney-client privilege. They all of a sudden don't understand that executive powers and so on and so forth.
They understand it fine. It's an angle, and we know it's an angle.
You're right. So
it's a coverage angle. You're right.
But they're not going to stop. What stops them? What really stops this? Because we know that the guy, is it Orr? Did you say?
OHR, I think.
Okay, we have found connection with Fusion GPS, which
dossier.
The dossier,
yeah.
Right? He is in the Justice Department.
Right.
There's a connection with the guy at Fusion GPS, which the DNC and Hillary Clinton's campaign paid for that, right?
Yep.
So we have a connection there.
Yep.
Now, McCabe comes out. What say you? Because we just have a brief minute here before we get to the airing of the grievances, Festivas. McCabe, co-director, FBI under Comey, directs FBI agents not to say Benghazi is a terrorist attack, which at this time Hillary Clinton is Secretary of State, which McCabe's wife Jill, Dr. Jill, runs for state senate of Virginia, which the governor at this time is Terry McAuliffe, which Hillary Clinton goes into Virginia and raises $1 million, which McCabe's wife gets $700,000 for her campaign, and the McAuliffe is the guy that co-signed for the Clinton's house.
It's like a 1,000-piece jigsaw
Did I get that
puzzle.
right?
I mean,
man, that was brilliant.
Thank
yeah,
you.
I don't know how you do that.
Right?
Yeah, but it's...
I mean...
How many times did you go through that last night before to recite it
This
that
morning,
well?
driving in the
That's
snow.
succinct.
Yeah,
that clear.
I'm going to be on one of those panels. I'm making the big time, and I have to be able to. They say you got 30. I got to be able to fire that off. Brett Baer, I'm available.
Hey,
Anyhow,
didn't they watch you in Congress? Didn't
yeah,
they?
I was on. Yes, the Republican committee watched some FYN TV.
All right.
Yes.
Excellent.
Anyhow, let's get back to McCabe.
Yeah, was there a question?
Yes.
Sorry, just trying to.
But I mean,
build you up a little bit.
What do we do?
I don't know.
You get Judge Napolitano to like cut through all.
Oh
that,
my
like,
goodness.
Make a decision.
That guy.
I love him. Greg Jarrett.
Greg Jarrett is doing an
Greg
outstanding
Jarrett's
job.
a brilliant
right?
one.
Hey.
Did he sober up?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Did,
Yeah.
Was he?
Uh-huh.
I mean, I'm saying it as a joke,
Well,
but
got
didn't
his
he?
job back.
Didn't he struggle a little?
He did.
Yeah,
He did.
yeah. He had.
Brilliant,
he was in
right?
the penalty box for a
Right?
little while.
Yeah.
I think he's been doing a phenomenal
Oh my
job.
gosh, he's been doing. Okay, it's time for our pet of the week. We're going to have to go to commercial, so it's time for Festivas for the rest of us. I got a lot of problems with you people. Okay, which you got to Google it. Bruce, it's time for the airing of the grievances.
I don't really have grievances. I just have.
Why do we bring him?
For the big words.
The big one. I forgot.
Did you know?
What do you have in the folder? They're all wondering what's in
The
today.
orange folder.
Yeah.
Did you know Colin Kaepernick was given the Muhammad Ali Legacy Award?
Don't get me started.
Oh yeah, he did a whole segment on that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's go.
But
with
did you
this.
know about his Bill of Rights?
No.
Colin Kaepernick has a Bill of Rights. There's 10 things, and these are all you have the right to be. So you have the right to be free, healthy, brilliant, You have the right to be safe. You have the right to be loved. You have the right to be courageous. You have the right to be alive. You have the right to be trusted. You have the right to be educated.
Hey.
You have the right to know your rights. The man is brilliant.
Now
Must be the hair.
Must be Foxy Brown. Sorry. And you?
Grievances.
How can a former president sit at a conference in Chicago and tell people in public that he believes that the current administration, i.e. the Donald, will impose what the Nazis did and practice genocide?
Wait a minute.
How can that happen and it not get reported by the mainstream media?
If Trump is a reincarnated Nazi, how does that work that he just gave the Jews Jerusalem back?
It's all a shell game.
We did not get to that today.
How does that happen,
We did
though,
not
that
get
it
to
doesn't get
Jerusalem.
reported?
Great issue.
And you know what? We did not get to that.
Historic.
We'll get it next week. But I tell you what, it's
love to do-
interesting.
You mean that he
the
upheld the law?
media, the media now there's an emergency UN Council meeting today concerning. Look, they've been throwing. They've been throwing fire bombs at each other and burning American flags in the Gaza Strip from the
Every
70s,
day.
the 80s, the 90s.
yeah.
We just sent the cameras in. Go get them. Okay, so they know the cameras are there. They're smart. They're walking down the street. They're burning flags.
Burn a flag.
The Saudis don't care. The king of Jordan, he's just appeasing this guy.
Yeah.
He don't care. They don't care. Jerusalem is the. President Trump kept the promise from 1995. Read the Oslo Accords in 1993. 1995, overwhelmingly your Senate and overwhelmingly your Congress voted. It's the
95.
law.
Yeah, including
it's the law.
Feinstein.
It's the law, 1995,
Whatever her name
that
is.
Jerusalem would be
Pelosi.
one city,
Schumer.
not divided, and the U.S. Embassy would be moved there. I'm your host, BKP, the airing of the grievances. I know you do not see things my way. I understand that. Probably 99 out of 100 of you are always question a little something I do. But I'm not 99. All right, stay over there, Bruce. I got 30 seconds. All right, I'm not a peel the Band-Aid back kind of guy. Just not me, okay? Like, I'm going to take the edge and pull it off. So Donald Trump, for the weekend, for Christmas, fire Mueller, okay? Send all the teams over, whatever you got to do. Take over Langley, head down to Langley, send groups and trucks or whatever, sweep the thing, get them all out, run them through background tests, interrogate every one of them at FBI. I know you didn't like hearing that, okay? And the government is funded, thank God, right? And the 22nd, they're all going to get together and talk about DACA and refunding the government.
We've got to give these people a Christmas gift.
A Christmas gift, yes.
Yeah.
That'll be the
Tax reform.
Tax reform.
Circuit World, Blue Ridge, Pet of the Week, Humane Society, Blue Ridge. Right back after these messages. Don't leave for the star. The star will be up. Lonnie, get us out of here. Thank you, guys.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff. Broken Bull, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing, is locally owned and operated. Our Simply Noel selection is the largest around. We have a great selection of unique clothing and several lines to choose from for men and women. We carry a beautiful variety of handmade jewelry from Blessed Be and others. All kinds of gifts, starting to carry shoes this fall as well. Come visit us on your next trip to Blue Ridge. We can't wait to meet you at Broken Bull, located in downtown Blue Ridge.
Days Chevrolet in Jasper is dropping the hammer. Over $11,000 off MSRP on new Silverados. Just look what we've done to the price on this new LT Crew Cab. Save over $11,000 and pay just $32,500. And Days Chevy is dropping the hammer in a big way on all new Chevy Malibus. Save over $6,500 and pay just $17,900. The savings are real and they're big at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Hey, and we're back, and it's time for our star of the show. Every week we wait for this segment, the Humane Society of Blue Ridge. Rena brings one of our beautiful 4-legged friends down. We're at Circuit World in Blue Ridge. That's right here, Circuit World in Blue Ridge. Oh, Lucy, you're beautiful. And this is Lucy?
Lucy.
Lucy. Oh, look at how nice Lucy's beautiful. Rena, tell us a little bit about Lucy.
Okay, Lucy's a little shy right now. She's a little scared. She's unsure of where she's at. But Lucy is just a sweetheart of a dog. She's about a year old. This is what she wants to do. She just wants someone to love her, pet her, lay with her. She's a leaner. She'll lean on you. We take her outside. She's like, okay, come back and get me now because nobody's with me. Well, in fact, we put a Coranda bed outside for her. She loves laying in the sun. She's a sunbather. And she's just, there's just not enough nice things I can say about Lucy. She is a sweetheart. She walks well on a leash. She was an owner surrender. She has a little bit of skin problem, but that is being taken care of, and it's looking extremely well right now. She just got spayed Tuesday, so she's still in her 10 days of recovering from her being spayed. She is absolutely gorgeous. She is just like I said, there's not enough words to say of how sweet this dog is. She has had gotten her foot caught in like some sort of a trap, so her foot, it's fine now, but she had had some issues with her left hind leg. But everything's good now. She walks well, and but this is Lucy right here. If you're sitting with Lucy, she's going to be leaning on you. If you're on the floor, she's with you. If you're outside, she's with you. She rides extremely well in the truck. She loves going for a ride. She is just a great dog.
Okay, well, Lucy, how old is Lucy?
About a year.
About a year.
Mm-hmm.
And what kind of dog do we think Lucy is?
She's a American, what is it, American Bulldog? I think
yeah, she has such beautiful eyes.
Yes.
And a reddish coat.
Yes.
And Lucy's absolutely beautiful. And how is she playing with the other dogs, or is she just
She's
really
not,
a loner?
Yeah, well, it's not that she's a loner. She doesn't like little dogs.
Okay.
And she actually had 5 dogs where she was at. So she's probably very dog friendly, but she doesn't like little ones.
Okay.
So it could be the yippy thing.
Yippy thing?
Yippy thing.
Yeah, I understand the yippy thing. So,
but we haven't had her with anyone for obvious reasons. She just got spayed, and she's new. She's been with us over 14 days, but she is new to the facility, so she's still a little nervous and everything, but we've had her next to other dogs, like Lady. I had Lady here last week. I think it was Lady. Was it Lady I had last week? Yeah.
So let me ask you: do you see Lucy as a one owner, maybe someone that wants a companion, family, kids, multiple dogs? What are some of the things that you think you see with Lucy?
Well, because she was in a place with like 4 other dogs, I think a meet and greet would be great to see if she gets along with your dog. Family, you know, she's been a sweetheart. She's not a big player so far, so, you know, where kids like to play, I do know she would be a great companion for someone, like one person or 2 people that just want a dog and they want someone in the
Lucy
bed
looks
with
like
them.
a dog that'll never leave your side.
Yes, yeah. I mean, she would be a perfect companion going on trips, going in the car. She's not a loner, you know. In other words, she's going to cry a little if you're not around. She gets upset if someone's not with her. She is definitely a people dog.
Folks, the Humane Society of Blue Ridge, they do an outstanding job of attempting to match up the dogs with you, the family. If you have a dog, schedule a meet and greet. You can go to the Humane Society of BlueRidge.org, Humane Society of BlueRidge.org. All of their information is there. Find their Facebook page, Humane Society of BlueRidge.org, and check out all the dogs and cats that are available there. They do an outstanding job. You schedule the meet and greet.
Yes.
You schedule that. You want to bring your other dogs with you.
Yes.
You want to bring the entire family, and they will work with you to see if this is the perfect fit. Because we do everything to where you don't have to return the dog.
Right.
Because that disrupts their life and yours.
Right.
So we do everything we can at the Humane Society of Blue Ridge to try to make sure they match you with the perfect dog, and they also guarantee that the dog's gone through intake, and intake is what?
The intake process, when they come in, they're fully vetted. They get all of their shots, Bordetella. They're checked for worms. They get dewormed. They make sure they've got their rabies, spayed, neutered, and microchipped. And Lucy is also microchipped.
Spayed, neutered, microchipped, and the best assistance possible to get the perfect dog for you, your family, and a companion for your other dogs. That's the Humane Society of Blue Ridge.org, Humane Society of Blue Ridge Facebook page. And what's your phone number and your hours?
It's 706-632-4357. And our hours are Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 10 to 5, and Saturdays 10 to 2. And guess who got adopted?
Who got adopted?
Who went home?
Who went home?
Rainey.
Rainey?
Rainey got a home. Yep, she's very happy. She's making this one man very, very happy. She just left yesterday, so today, and also today's her first snow because she wasn't a year yet. So there's a lot of new in her life right now, but we're very happy for Rainey.
Our four-legged friend today is Lucy, and Lucy is looking for a home, a forever home.
That's right.
And this could be your forever pet. Lucy's looking for a home, and as you can see, she is absolutely beautiful, calm, and check out Lucy today and all of the dogs and cats available at the Humane Society of Blue Ridge. That is our show for today. That's our show for this week. We'll be back Monday morning, 8 a.m. Good morning from the office. And you have a great snowy weekend. And don't forget out there, find us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. And Rose is putting out there that no matter where you're at, we would love to see your snowman pictures, your kids sleigh riding, or your little snowball fight, whatever your activities are on this beautiful, wintry, snowy day. It's not winter yet, right? It's just, is it winter? It's not even winter. So I said that, but we'll move right along. We want to see those pictures. Again, Monday morning, 8 a.m. Good morning from the office. Lonnie, take us out of here. Rena, thank you very much.
Thank
Lucy,
you.
let's find Lucy a home.
Yeah, find Lucy a good home.